Hey y'all, it's our first spring project we've got going on. We have this little chafing dish thing you can normally find at Goodwill pretty often, especially if it's got the glass missing like this one. This one was at Savers for $7.49, but I know at Goodwill you can find them usually for $3 to $5. And then I also picked this up while I was thrifting the other day, $3.49, and it's just a little eggshell nautilus if anyone's plate people, but these are going to be displays for spring. So you want to look for like a platter or one of the little serving dishes. It has a really pretty border that's floral. You don't want something in the middle because you're going to cover it up. So if you can find something with the border, that's best. It did take me a few tries to find that. Of course, when you're not looking for it, they're everywhere. And as soon as I started looking for one, it probably took me 2 weekends and like 3 different Goodwills and Savers. So first we're going to start with the little chafing dish thing, and with that we're going to paint it so it is no longer this silver plated stuff. And the paint that I'm going to use is going to be the Magnolia Home paint, just because I have some around. Okay, I've never used this on metal, but it does say it has a Kills base. Kills, from the experience I've had with it in the past, sticks to pretty much anything. And I've got this first color called Panna Cotta. Anyways, that's that one. And then this one is Locally Sewn. And the Panna Cotta, I've used these on furniture is why I have them. The Panna Cotta comes out like really white, and this one, this Locally Sewn, looks like it's tan when you're looking at the little sample like paper at Ace, which is where I got this one. But it actually almost comes out more like a creamy white than your bright white. I'm using these because I already had them from furniture painting again. So if you're just doing a small project, I don't know if I would pick these up. If you want to, you can, but if I remember correctly, these were like $30 just for a little quart of this. And you can get like, I know it's all good and all that, but you can get the Bear that has the paint and primer and all that mixed in. You can even get Kills, and you can get it tinted at like a Home Depot. Or you can just use any paint that you have on hand. Spray paint or some of the little like deco art colors that we get from Michael's a lot and use. So I think I'm going to start with the bright white. See how it looks. And you can rub this with degreaser. Degreaser, most of you already have, is going to be just Dawn. Just your regular Dawn dish soap. I'm going to try to just do it because I tend to get impatient. And like I say, it has a Kills base, so it should actually go pretty well. And it does look like it's actually, I can feel it. It feels like it's sticking to this really good. And I usually paint things that have legs, including furniture, upside down first. And it's just a good rule of thumb. It's actually a little tip that I learned from my good friend Carrie, because she has painted furniture for many, many years. As she's gotten older, she's switched to other types of crafts and jewelry making, but when she was younger, she used to finish a lot. She did a lot of cool shabby chic pieces. If you're in the Pensacola area or like Pace, you may even own one of those pieces. They may be in your home. If you ever purchased anything at the many antique malls there, including like Alyssa's, Once Upon a Time when it was open, and just pieces she sold herself from her home. She usually did blue, and I've done a few pieces with her when I was there. We actually did a really cool project one time with French provincial furniture where we had a lady that bought the matching bed, nightstand, and the dresser. And if you ever find the French provincial that is Drexel, if you didn't know, a lot of times there's a cool hidden drawer that's in the middle. So once you take the top drawers out, if you reach inside to the middle, like the middle section that's not a drawer, and you actually pull around, it has like a little secret drawer in it, which is really, really cool. I'm sure especially if you're a little girl, she might have like a diary hidden away in there if she found it. Alright, so there's how it's looking so far. Like I say, it's doing really well. I think it's adhering pretty good. I've never painted metal with this paint before, and I just kind of left, not filling in all the crevices. And if I wanted this to be even more distressed, I can always remove some of this paint. I can take a cloth, like a damp cloth, and just take off some. Or you can paint it solid if that's your preference. Alright, so I'm going to continue to paint this, and I will be back with y'all. So I've got everything painted. I did 2 coats on this. And I didn't even really wait the full drying time between. It was drying really fast. So I only waited maybe 2-3 minutes and went back over. I did make sure though, I didn't go back and forth because it'll pull the paint off. So you want to keep going one direction. I did a light coat, 1 single coat on the inside because you really won't see the inside. And then on my lid, I just painted this side of it. You can paint both if you'd like. And what you're going to do is just fit the lid in upside down. So like this. Okay? And then your other alternative would be that you can just set it on the lid like that. And then what you're going to do is put your little scene on here. So this is just another way that you can display and make things just a little bit nicer and with a little bit more detail for not a lot of money. So instead of just having like my little bunny sitting on a table just all by its lonesome, I can now use this to lift it up, and then I can sit it on here, and then I'll put some florals around it to dress up even more. Some options are you can take these huge flowers, which I buy all the time and y'all have seen, and you can take just the tops off, and you can use one big flower sitting and set the bunny on top. Now, if you don't want it that high to where it looks like it's just sitting on there and you want it more to feel like it is inside and the florals are around it, what you can do with these large ones is with this particular flower, you can pull off, I'll show you in there, all these are like little individual pieces, little individual bunches. And you can pull off some of these that are in the middle. And what's nice, if you just find ones you can just pull off, you can put them back on. And you can use them for something else later down the road. And you can keep reusing your florals instead of having to buy new florals all the time. Okay? So let's say you clear most of the top there and leave everything around. Then you can just sit that, and you can more like bury the bunny down in here. Let me take a look at this myself. Oh. I probably need to take this back one off as well. But you can do that. And you have a little bunny sit up here. And then you can take these, and cut her up some more, and tuck them around the back. And use them just to fill in. Now with this method, you're able to use just one large flower. So see how pretty? She's got little pieces all around her, and I can take even this last one here, punch it in, and she looks like she's in this nice little bed, florals. And if you use these florals, I know that there's a ton of people that want to do the Dollar Tree crafts, but if you went to Dollar Tree, you know you get those little flowers, and it would probably take 2 or 3 of those. Whereas these large flowers, because people tend to overlook them, you can get them for 90% off a lot of times. So this at 90% off is probably like 90 cents. And I do get them 90% off a lot. Another option is my other really big flower. This is one at home, the at-home store. If you go there at the end of the season, they'll have a lot of these 90% off. So this is another one I got really cheap. So I could also just put this in here, since it's just a large, more flat based flower. And then she's just pretty much in there like that. Or, let's see, we'll center her up some. We could also do that. Because it's already pretty flat, it goes all the way around. Or if you want to even be a little more extra, you can use some of these little bouquets or picks that you get from the Michaels boxes. If you don't get the $5, or now they're $10 Michael boxes, you can usually get these on sale as well for 90% off once the season ends. May not be the exact flower that you want, but there will be something that you can use at 90% off. And if you can find things like this for $1.99, it's 20 cents. So you could also pull some of these, okay, off, and I could tuck those around and mix different colors. Let's see, here's a pink one. And I could do that and be super luxurious and extra. And all these little bouquets, I have so many of these. I have a whole bowl off to the side. I just grabbed a few of them just as an example. But look at how pretty that is. Like even just that by itself, and being that simple. And then the other option, it's a nice thing about being built that way, is you could turn it upside down, and similarly use it like this. If you wanted to do it like that with the legs up, I like it the other way, but sure, you get the gist. It's just different little ways you can jazz it up. But I'll show you this once I get everything staged for spring together, but it's just another quick and easy idea, and pretty inexpensive, because I usually buy like this little bunny. I might have paid full price for it, might have got it on clearance. I really do try to wait for clearance. A lot of time at Michaels too, they have like these little pieces of this. They have the sales where you can get like 40 and 50% off during the current season. And that's really the fun of getting all these different florals, is you can use these for so many different projects. And it's just like I showed y'all at Christmas, it just takes that to the next level. Like, look at how precious this is. So anyways, I'll share once I get to spring. Hope y'all like this idea, and next I'll show you another quick and easy idea. Alright, so next option is going to be stacking on books, and there are a lot of websites out there selling cream color and white books, just to fill your shelves and all that. You don't need to. You don't even need to cover books. So most books, if you can get them with the jacket, I always have a ton of biographies, so these are for my collection. The jackets are normally white on the inside. Since they're white, all you need to do is just take the jackets and flip them around. So wherever there's creases, just fold the opposite way. Now you have that look, like the whiter cream books. And you probably have some books around the house you can do this with. So I get them at a little bit varying sizes, so I kind of looked at my collection and just got like a small, medium, large. And then if you want to stack these up, add a little flair, because you're going to use them for something for Easter to stack up, then you can just take a belt. This one, y'all saw I got in my crafting haul, or well, my Goodwill haul, but most of it was for crafting for spring. But I bought this belt at Goodwill. You can also find some really pretty scarves. So a lot of people don't wear scarves anymore. You can find a lot of pretty floral ones normally in the back. They're not going to cost you much. And you just put it around the books. So, if I remember how to do this belt correctly, I think one goes over, one goes under, something like this. Alright, and I pull that tight, and then I just line up books. Now I can cut the excess off, or I can just put it underneath, whichever. I think for just showing y'all, I'm just going to tuck it underneath. But then you've got the little strip of color, or you could stand them this way if you wanted to, if they're just up on like your mantle or bookcase. But you can put them like that, and then you can stack something else on top of it. She's not going to stay on, but my little chicken with her purse, or chick, but another way. And then the third option we have, looks like that would be a cake plate option. And for the cake plate, I could put this up there, florals around. I can put my really pretty little shore bunnies, put some things around. I mean, you could even get the Easter grass if you wanted to, like Dollar Tree or moss and things to go in here. You could put little candies around them if you want, but just some ideas. It just helps to elevate, not only literally by lifting it up off of a surface, but it also elevates it in terms of design and just adding a little special touch to your decor. In addition, I also do, just like I showed you guys with Christmas, I'm going to take the florals that I have that big bowl, which is out of camera view. I have all my drawers full of florals, and you can take the tops off of different pieces and just put them all over. I'm also going to take the tulips and probably make a garland for the top of the cabinet, so I'm going to end up cutting some of those apart. And I may do those with the pool noodle. I don't know if y'all seen that hack yet. It's been around for a little while, but if you haven't, I'll show you just how I end up doing that, because it'll be my first time trying it. But all of this and filling in with all these florals, it really just makes everything look so much nicer. Here's my Momo's desk that's by my front door, and here is my little platter that I bought with the flowers, and I got my little bunnies positioned on here. Here are all my different bouquets that I've got from my Michael's boxes. And same thing. So if these were just sitting here by this house, they would look pretty plain. And we're just going to fill everything in around them. Also use some of the greenery that's on these. Just like on the stems. Add like these little pieces just all around. Okay. And it doesn't have to be full. Sorry, the dogs are eating, and you know they are loud as can be. Goodness. Hungry, huh? But you can do just a little bit. Doesn't have to be all the way around all the time. And, you know, not everyone has a ton of florals. So that may be the case too. You may not have this much to put around, and you don't have to. Just tuck you some little pieces in there. There we go. And see, that's plenty because you also have your flower border going all the way around. So here's a look from the front. Oh, sorry, I'm on the tripod here. See how cute? And then they got their little house. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see y'all on the next one.